Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm one of many who keep these machines running day after day. But today I'm not here to talk about my work, but about something deeper. Public opinion. Where did this idea come from that we can all think differently and say it aloud?
This video is a journey through 3 centuries of English history to understand how, between kings, thinkers and factories,
The right we take for granted today, the right to have an opinion, was born.
My desire to annul a marriage changed history. I broke with Rome, founded the Anglican Church, and took religious power into my own hands. But that also opened the door to something new, to people beginning to think for themselves. Even to speak openly. What you now call public opinion began with decisions like mine, which shook the foundations of absolute power.
I invented the steam engine to pump water from mines.
but unknowingly, I helped transform society. People from the countryside came to the cities looking for work.
That's how factories grew, how cities expanded, and how a middle class emerged that no longer wanted to remain silent.
They wanted to be heard. Thus was born a society where the opinion of many began to carry weight.
In my time, coffee houses were the salons of enlightened conversation. There, regardless of your birth, you could debate science, politics, or literature. Those spaces didn't just nourish novels like my Frankenstein. They nurtured a new culture, the culture of public dialogue. A culture where people's voices began to matter. I promoted trade, protected our sailors, and opened the doors to a new economy. But I also kept watch over the word. Wealth brought printing presses, brought books, and brought ideas. When money moves, thought moves too. Thus, trade not only made England stronger, it gave its citizens a voice.
I tried to govern without Parliament, without its complaints or pamphlets. But the people turned against me.
Fueled by print, by rumour and by opinions. That force, intangible yet powerful, cost me my head.
Never underestimate what people can think and say. I saw man as a wolf to his fellow man. I believed that without control, public opinion would lead us to chaos. The civil wars proved this. That's why I argued that only an absolute sovereign power could maintain peace.
Public opinion, if not regulated, is a war without weapons. To me, every government owes its legitimacy to the consent of the governed.
And that consent is built through reason, through debate, through freedom. Public opinion is the reflection of a thinking society, capable of demanding rights and correcting those who govern.
In my plays, what the people say matters.
A rumor can destroy a king. An opinion can change the course of a tragedy. The theatre was my platform.
My newspaper before newspapers existed. There, every spectator faced their conscience, and that of the kingdom.
I witnessed how public opinion emerged as a real social power, formed by newspapers and a critical bourgeoisie.
This new force could influence politics and keep it in check, but only if guided by prudence and respect for tradition.
It must not be led by emotional storms or populist fervor, lest it become a threat to stability. Public opinion must be vigilant, yes, but also measured, preserving institutions while allowing gradual progress. In a changing world, it is only through reasoned discourse that society can reform without falling into ruin.
From the halls of power to the workers' factories, public opinion was not born from a decree. It was forged through centuries of struggle, words, and ideas. Today, although the forms have changed, its essence remains. Having an opinion is a right, but also a historical construction.